Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DCUO. I'm, of course, Trexlight, and I'm here playing on Feet Hunter on my controller. We are taking a look here in FOS 2 point of view of my Quantum controller. And I actually forgot my loadout. Pretty embarrassing now. We are okay. You remember, if you guys came from FOS 1, it's going to be okay. So here in FOS 2, we have to go find... well, we're just doing a bunch of stuff, aren't we? We're still messing around with Luthor and Subs, but some of the sections of this video have been increased by 150%, mainly the trash to get through them a lot quicker. So in this room, we just have to clear. The tank just needs to go ahead and push on through with DPS, just killing. Non-stop. Do not stop. I repeat, do not stop. I hate stopping, especially as a tank. It's like, I don't want to stand still. I just want to keep going. Great, we have our beautiful healer, Maki, DPS, Ruby Spears, controller besides myself, Madeline, Shin on DPS, Plutonian Ice as our ice tank, Arc as our other controller, pretty much our main controller, and Terrible Theo as our main tank that is ice, and I'm of course controlling as a Quantum. Now, myself and Madeline, our job in this run is to do nothing but do instant power. Arc is going to take care of doing the power over time because he has a lot higher VIT than us, or vitalization, I should say. Just to make sure I explain myself a little purposely. So our job is just to give power over time instantly. I'm using my temporal extortion every moment that I get to make sure I pump out power to everybody. I am just doing my gravity weld as my AoE damage. Quantum tunneling, I'm never going to run a loadout without quantum tunneling. Why? Because it's a nice little quick escape. 2, because it's fun as hell to watch. It's fun. And then, of course, we got Singularity, Alcubari Wave, and then my actual giant bubble thing. My bubble supercharge. I forget the name. I'm sorry. So here's the first boss. Brainiac controls Supergirl. Now, in this first boss, which technically is like a little mini-boss, actually, no, she's actually a boss. The other two are like a little mini boss. So the first boss, you're actually going to get one of 3. You're either going to get Supergirl, Power Girl, or Bizarro. Whichever one you're going to face first means that you're going to get the other 2 later on. Since we have Supergirl here, we're going to actually face Bizarro and Power Girl later on in the instance. So it doesn't matter which boss you get here. It's all tank and spank. You should not wipe here. You shouldn't wipe here. Pretty much all 3 of them do a little I-beam. All 3 of them do the little cold breath. Well, Bizarro just switches it, so you all know. And then they'll do like some little spinning twirly thing that flyers do. Tank and spank, guys. Just tank and spank. Tank, just grab her, deal with her. It doesn't matter. Just pump out the power. Pump up. That's really it, guys. That's basically it. Supergirl is really a tank and spank, and so are the other 2. They pose no threat to any group whatsoever. It doesn't matter if you're fresh. It just means you're just going to have to fight a little bit longer. But it's all about stamina, folks. All about stamina. And I have faith in all of your stamina. I'm just going to say stamina one more time. Stamina. So, Power Girl is now down. Let's go ahead and take a little bit... Oh. We're not going to take a little bit of a look because apparently there were some issues with the video. So we're going to keep on going with the trash. Here we have the Sunstone Assassins. Those guys are a pain in the butt. Just tank needs to grab them up, scoop them all up, and just AoE damage the hell out of them. If you can. If not, just go ahead and just keep taking them out. It's okay. Now we're actually heading to the second boss, the Sunstone Assassin, which is going to be all gravy. All gravy. Or the Prime Assassin, sorry. Prime Assassin. So once you clear the trash, the clash is very easy to fix. And, oh look, an investigation token right over here. So, that's Ruby over there, messing around. So, Luthor and Soups are over here talking to, apparently, this crystal. And what they're actually opening up is the Phantom Zone to release a very special guest. And that very special guest happens to be General Zod. Huh? We all know him, don't we? Yeah, we do. So the purpose of his release is to help us defeat Brainiac. But apparently he's not going to help. So here we have the Prime Assassin. Now, we did this a little bit differently on how it's supposed to be done. I will go over the strategy just in case you guys haven't actually seen my other video to actually go over this. So anyways, Prime Assassin is going to start off. DPS, unload. Just unload onto him. It doesn't matter. Blow cooldowns. Blow them all. This is all pretty much like a DPS race first off. So, the Prime Assassin has a couple of little nicks here. When he raises his hands above his head, he's actually going to do like this big AoE knockout thing. Like that. I'm trying to remember the tail. He'll do a little spinny thing too. It's a little pain in the butt. But that move. He'll actually, when he teleports like that, you need to block. Everyone needs to block because he actually does like a one-hit KO type of thing. We didn't get hit by that one-hit KO thing. I don't know why. Maybe because we're so freaking uber and all tier 4 stuff. Well, besides me. Everybody else mostly is. Then when these shards are up, you need to, one DPS, maybe one controller as well, just needs to go around and knock those crystals out. As you see, we kind of ignored the crystals, so to speak. Now he'll also summon adds as well with these Sunstone Assassins. Just tank needs to pick them up, gather them all up, and DPS can just single target them down and just get back onto the boss. Now, our DPS, we have 2 very high DPS. We have 3 great controllers, including myself. We are fun. We are just fun. Now, when those crystals are up, if you don't destroy them, whatever the status of them was, like the Shard of Affliction that you saw there, if they're all up by the time the timer goes down and they don't go down, he actually gets that buff where he does a little bit more damage. It just depends. I've never really seen it because we've always taken down the crystals. But we completely ignored them and just blew right through them. So there we have it. An element, some nice stuff. Oh! Horus statue, great job. DPS helm, an Oolong helm. That's pretty cool. And then the Simply River mask that I never had. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, and your Oolong stuff does come from the Fortress of Solitude runs. Just keep that in mind. I got the Oolong helm. I feel pretty good about this right now. Feel pretty good. And then someone found the chest. The chest, by the way, is behind the portal. Behind the Phantom Zone. That's where I was told. I'm going to tell you guys that too. So now we get back to our 150% of all this trash. Nothing but trash. And I got the horse, the statue too. Yay me. So now we're going to go up this hill and just take out more trash. Gotta love trash. Gotta love trash. The trash is not important one bit right now. It's still a Sunstone Assassins. A nice big group of them with your big Enforcer as well. And we just keep pressing on. Keep on pressing and pressing. Now we are introduced to the actual, some pretty named little little groups of mobs here. It's the Triad here. Triads go down pretty fairly well, but for you beginners out there, they might actually start like knocking things off, so the healers need to be on top of it. The Triads are not a joke if you're starting out. Luckily, I mean, we're like tier 2. Some of us are tier 4. I'm a tier 2 guy. It's pretty good. So, we're heading into the bridge, which I hate the bridge. So, the point of the bridge is we have to take that shard and take it all the way across to the resonator. So, one person is designated to pick up the crystal. Most of the time, it's like a DPS guy, and the healer stays with them. Now, first off, we take care of these dominators here first. Once they're all cleared, we can we pretty much like wait a moment to talk about strategy, and then we actually go in and do it. So as a controller, I can actually pull, which I used to pull. If I had Einstein's Ray, I'd be able to pull them because it just pulls to me. But everybody else goes onto the. We keep a couple of DPS here down here next to the shard with the guy or with the carrier. Everybody else really just goes over to the bridge to prepare ourselves. It's great too. It's great too. So our job here is to really just pull these little mobs or whatever off the bridge, but we don't. At least I don't. This is my first time really working with the bridge. I'm normally the tank guy that just destroys stuff. So I think they're about to start it up. So it's our job here to really take care of the adds on the bridge, so when the carrier comes through, the carrier doesn't have to do much. So we're just waiting for them to spawn up, gonna get this event started. Now this right here is a make or break for most groups, or majority of groups. You just gotta pay attention, alright? When you actually see this done, hopefully it helps out a little bit. Now that resonator, by the way, is also very weak. So when we actually clear the bridge, we all group up at the resonator and start taking out waves of mobs until that thing is done charging. And Superman, Zod, and Luthor are just having spaz attacks right now, and they're just flying all willy-nilly. That's what they do. Alright, we're pretty much explaining to Ice and Madeline what's going to happen, making sure they all understand. As you see, I got both tanks beside me. Everybody else, most of the other group is over there near the crystal. And we should get this thing underway. Yes, and as Ark put in the chat, only sentries break the crystal, so the sentries have to go down first. Now, are they going to start this? You guys are killing me right now. Come on. Alright. We see reds. There we go. And then Theo, of course, them being ice, they pull the guys. They can use Inescapable Storm, bring them closer to us. Or to them. And I just really just deliver the power out. That's all I do. That's all I'm good for. Nothing much. Now, it's not like they disappear. They actually run, they go all the way down there, and most of the time they can actually jump back up, teleport up, or just walk up. I think there's like a ramp or something. Not 100%. But as you see, Shin, which is he threw the crystal and got into the resonator. So now we have to play defend. The purpose of defend, we have to take out these sentries. The sentries are the actual giant dudes that you see right there. Those giant rock guys. So those are your main focus, the main DPS focus that have to drop first. Now you got two vantage points coming from there. They're gonna come from the left and they're gonna come from the right. The right happens to be the main entrance that you saw. The left side is gonna be like a little portal that they teleport there. Some DPS needs to focus over there to make sure that they catch them and defeat them. Those are the only two entries that you'll actually see them come. The assassins and everything apparently came from more of the right. I never even saw them before. But it doesn't matter, because we did it. Resonator is done, and now we head into the statue room. If it feels like you're doing a big circle, it's because you're doing a big circle. At least how I feel. So here we go. This right here is Jor-El, or at least the corrupt Jor-El AI that Brainiac has taken over. Jor-El is Superman's father. He's also the guy who, well, yeah, he's Superman's father. That's all we got. That's all you need to know about. He also has nice hair and a wicked headband. So, I like the body too. So Brainiac has taken control of Jor-El. It's our duty to fix him. Now, we're actually going to go for a feat in here. The feat for Jor-El is to keep him keep him where he doesn't shrink. He only shrinks once. Alright, so pretty much during the fight, we're going to show you how he shrinks, and then we're going to bring him back up and then shrink him again. The smaller he is, the less damage he kind of does, and that's kind of way you want it. So you have all these crystals here along the room. When Jor-El is fighting, he's gonna do some, I think, a giant step or something, and rocks and everything are gonna come from the ground. Coming from the ground are gonna be an item that you pick up. When you pick it up, you are going to have to you pick it up, take it to one of the crystals. When you take it to one of the crystals, you roll out of the way, because Jor-El is going to charge towards that crystal and get stunned and get smaller. So, and when he's stunned like that, you pretty much blow DPS onto him just to make him die a little faster. The purpose of the feat is to shrink him once, let him grow back, and then shrink him again. Pretty much don't let him shrink more than once. That's the purpose of the feat. So here we go. And honestly, if you don't even want to do the feat, it's a tank and spank. Just remember to pick up the crystal when it falls and just go over there. See, activate Resonator. He's doing a ground pound. Crystals dropping. Crystals right over there. One of the DPS or controllers, most likely a DPS, goes over, picks it up, and takes it to one of the Resonators. Now, when he does that ground pound, he's also going to summon sentries. The tank needs to go ahead and pick them up and whoop, scoop them up, and DPS can AoE them down or single target. The AoE will take care of them if you want to keep focusing on Jor-El. So as you see, we just really ignored the Resonator, or I think someone actually picked it up. and he runs towards the resonator and becomes stunned. And he shrinks. He uses sunstone. He loses energy and he shrinks down. Now now again, this is the only time he's going to shrink. You only want to shrink him once. So now we're just gonna really just. He's doing the ground pound again. The crystal's coming down. We ignore the crystal. Just ignore it. And just get back to stay on the boss, stay on the sentries, and that's it. That's how you get the feat. Let him shrink once, and that's it. Now, what Jarrell will also do, he'll select a random party member, and he will pretty much he'll do like a little I-beam stun on you, like he did on me. Now, when you do not use the crystal there to break off the resonator, he will actually absorb it and grow back and get his strength back. So, once an energized sunstone drops, that's when you just really just grab it. We pick it back up and put it back over to the resonator. So, or maybe we just actually just not even worry about it. I don't think we worry about it. I think because we already dropped him once, we don't need to pick it back up and have him do it again. Yeah, okay. So only have him shrink once. I had it wrong, my bad. Only have him shrink once. Once he grows back, just ignore the crystals and just continue to fight. Yeah, see, now he's growing even bigger. So if you don't do it, he grows even bigger. He does a little bit more damage. As you saw, just does gigantic damage with those mines that he throws out as well. Oh, those mines were mean. But luckily, Maki, being the awesome solo healer that she is, trying to get brownie points, she does an amazing job. And then, alright, so he went back to a state that we never do too high, so we brought him back down to he shrunk his size. So you can just let him grow and then shrink him back down. Let him grow, shrink him back down. So I had it right. I knew we shrunk him again. I knew it. Sorry, this is like pre-recorded. Now I take notes. My notes were wrong. So now I'm just gonna take care of my notes and just throw them out the window, or at least out on the bed, because I'm just going to ignore it. So, and there you go. Jarrell really just goes down, just wins. Watch out for his I-beams. Take care of the resonating crystals. If you don't have the feat, like size matters, there you go. If you already have the feat and you just want to get through it, or don't even want to worry about it, just move along. Move along. But this is, he is a somewhat hard boss, so just keep a hold of it. Chins up. Chins up. And there you go. Kryptonian crystal hands for DPS. A healer helm I don't even care about. And there you go. I keep saying there you go. I need to find new catch plays. How about the yowzas? So now we're going to come into the most important, or I'm sorry, not important, the most annoying part of FOS 2, and it's all this right here is also the make or break for speed runs. Just throwing that out there. This is the split room where technically you can split your array for 4 and 4. If we only have one healer, so. But you go down one hallway, defeat the trash, get all the way down to the lever at the end, and open it up, and then you have to go to the other side and do the same. You pretty much go back and forth. It's honestly the pain, the biggest pain in the butt in this instance. Now how the way my league does it, and I think other people do it as well, is we take care of the trash. There's more triads there. Just knock them out, knock them down. Once the trash is taken care of, we head over here to this. Now that's going to open the other side now. For us to get to the other side, we warp rally. There you go. We warp rally, we head over here. Don't warp HQ. Warp rally. And just go into the other side. Once you're in the other side, you just take care of take care of the mobs. You defeat them. Burn them all down. Burn them all. Burn them all to hell. As you see, it's just nothing but Sunstone Assassins. I think there's a Dominator in there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Even Stalkers. Trashers nothing. Alright. And then, of course, another group of triads, of the Triad Stalkers. Love how it just goes so fast and you're just going like, what? What's going on? And there you go. We talk to this one and it opens up the other side. Alright, it actually opens up this side, my bad. Now when you open up this first section, you get to fight one of the other two, like Bizarro here. And the last one's going to be Power Girl. So we take care of Bizarro. We're going to take him down to like maybe around 50% and he's going to run away. So Bizarro does this 360 spitting fire thing that's just wow. And he also has his eye beams. His ice beams. Like I said, once he's down to like around 50%, he'll run away and you just keep chucking on through. When the door opens, just keep going down. And yeah, we pretty much just like, I think I skipped the roll. Yeah, I just skipped it. I skipped those bosses because they were too easy, and also we had a little problem. Video problems, I'm sorry. Bizarro and Supergirl, going through the hallways, it's back and forth. You warp rally. After your warp rally might be on cooldown for like maybe another 3 minutes. Just wait the 3 minutes and then just warp rally again. Or if you have two healers, split your group. But back there with Supergirl, with Power Girl and Bizarro, once one does, you do your first one like we saw with Bizarro, 50%. Go down the next set of hallways, Power Girl, take her down around 50%. Go through the hallway, go down the hallway even further, and there's going to be one room. Both of them are going to be there, and you just take both of them out. There's not like a feat for them taken out at the same time. Just defeat them all. Just defeat both of them. They go down. It's all tank and spank. Nothing to worry about. And just move on to here, the final boss, Avatar of Meta. Now, Avatar of Meta. You turn off all movement modes. Do not speed. Don't go speedster, acrobatic, or fly. You just need to turn it off. Reason being is because when you turn it on, giant balls from up above is going to kill you. It's not a pretty sight, and we all laugh at you. So, first things first, we all position ourselves. We're going to go into a clockwise motion. Alright, clockwise, as you see the map. Clockwise. Clockwise motion. On this clockwise motion, we're going to start over here on the north side. You see Meta is over there on the east side. Pretty much Superman and everybody are doing their little speeches. That's why we're waiting. We're all going over the strategy as well. As you see, giant balls of light will destroy us if we go movement mode. So once we're ready, the tank, Theo, will go straight into that middle podium, and the boss will come to us. Now, of course, they're carrying some ice there just to give them a little bit of damage. That's not the crotch shot. That's not... Why do I have a money shot? Why am I seeing this money shot? Oh, silly devs. So let's talk about the Avatar of Meta here. Avatar of Meta has these tentacles coming from the ground. You don't want to go over there. You want to stay over here. And also watch out for that gigantic ball that he throws. When that ball comes, you need to block, or else you could have possibly died if you saw, like you saw me. Like that ball right there, block it. Block it with all your might. Now, I mean, he shoots that thing like regularly now. So you don't want to stand near those tentacles, alright? The tank is going to be over there in front of him doing all this good stuff. Now, there are going to be tentacles that will pop up under you that will try to take you out. Just be wary of them and roll out the way. Now, once Avatar Meta knocks everyone away in melee range and starts walking towards another part of the power core, just go to the opposite of that. As you see, we're over here on the north side. We're going to go back to the north. And we're going to take out these tentacles. The tentacles need to drop first before you take out the power core. Or at least everyone focus on the tentacles, and we can go over to the power core. One person can, and just go back to it. Go over to the power core and interact with it. Next, we start doing that clockwise motion. We're over here to the east side. Take out the tentacles. Go to the power core. Now, once those two are done, we come over here to the Avatar of Meta, and we start rocking his world. And we just keep rocking his world. Now, for all those that are in melee range, the tank should really be in front of them. DPS, you guys need to be careful and just stay into the back. Alright? You want to stay near that money shot. Now, he will do some like wicked whiplash movements. Just be careful of those. As you see, there's tentacles now behind me. It's pretty weird. He'll burrow his tentacles into the ground, and tentacles will come up, and you just need to like roll out of the way of them. Just go out of the way. And he's now below 50%. It's actually pretty good, pretty good. Now there is a feat that will make sure that the power coral is not drained to a certain number. I can't remember the number, but I think we do make that feat. Can't remember though. Alright, so now that he's over in the north side, we're going to go over here to the east side. And we're going to take care of the tentacles here. And then we're going to go touch those, we're going to mess with those cores over there. And there are 2 tentacles over there, so those need to drop. The tentacles do teleport, so watch out for that. Alright, definitely watch out for that. Now, at this time, the group can split itself. So you can split yourself if need be. Have one group over there and the other one stays over here. Once those are done, I think that's the last power core we need to worry about. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, everybody's back on the boss. Or the boss is still over there. Those tentacles, you can just ignore them now, because those tentacles popped up earlier than expected because the boss was still over there. Alright, so we're back on the boss now. Just go back to spanking and tanking. Now this is, you can consider this somewhat as a DPS race, but it's not really. It's just about DPSing when you can. When he drops down or when he starts walking away, just prepare to stop DPSing and start taking out those tentacles. Those tentacles need to go down, and then we have to interact with the power core. Once the power cores are interacted, Avatar Meta will be able to hit him again and start focus firing on him. And alright, so I think this is actually our last tentacle move. So he's over there on the east side. We're gonna come over here to the north side. Maybe it's northwest. Northwest? Yeah. Alright, so our job, take out the tentacles, go over there to the power core, mess with that. Once that's done, we head over here down to the... You don't go through that area of tentacles, right? Just go around it. It's going to be okay. Just go around it and go over there to the south side. I think the south side probably was already done, apparently. Someone might have actually sold it. I'm not really sure. But we go back to the boss, and the boss will just drop down. It's easy peasy. There you go. And there you go. I got defeat for Power Core. Yay. Brainiac Infection purged. Yay. Headlines. Woo. Headlines. So let's take a look at that loot. Open the loot. Someone talk to Superman before he spazzes out. Alright, so I don't know why we're not talking to Superman right now. Someone touch him. There he goes. And now Zod apparently betrays us. Puts us all in ice. And he runs away from us. You know that whole villains thing. Oh, I'll see, I'll get you yet, Superman. Like we care about him. It's Zod. And he's still doing the speech thing. Can we move along, please? Moving along. There we go. Everybody's free. Yay. Alright, so let's take a look at our loot here. Got a healer belt, focus element, plans, the electric chair. I think I lost that. And then a DPS chest. Not really sure. Oh, it was an oolong chest too. So there you go. 48 minutes. We definitely missed the speed feat, but we had new players coming in along with myself, just coming in here, getting the gear, getting the marks. So we have all sorts of fun stuff. So yay to that. So this has been FOS 2. Thank you all so much. I hope you guys liked the video. Subscribe, comment, do all that normal good stuff that you guys do. Hope you guys enjoyed this video from a quantum controller point of view. This definitely was a guide again. Even though I've been through the raid guide for this before, but I wanted to show you guys the quantum controller version of this. And you never know, maybe you actually get to see a healer point of view. Same thing, stay far, far away from the boss. Alright guys, thank you all so much for watching. Do your normal thing. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.